Hello, I'm Dr. David Kortowitz and welcome to Solidworks. Today I'm going to talk a little bit about how to get help and how to find the tutorials within Solidworks. This is the main screen for Solidworks, how it will look when you load up and start into either a drawing, a part, or an assembly. So from here, we're going to show you a few little tricks to help you get help if you're confused. So there's a number of different ways to look for the help, and I'm going to show you a couple of them. First of all, we always have the help menu up top on the screen, which gives you options such as the Solidworks built-in help, as well as access to the tutorials, to the curriculum, to other things. This is probably one of the easiest ways to find help. The Solidworks help itself, if you click on that, it will open up a dialog box that looks something like this, and you can search for the help you're looking for. I am currently running 2019, but it also allows you to get documentation anywhere from 2010 to 2020 on this version, and will change the years available with future releases. This help will provide you with cursory overviews of how things work and what you can do within Solidworks. However, it doesn't really provide you with examples of how to do things. Rather, it is more just a static document that's going to tell you about some of the features and what the buttons are. Now, a little more advanced is you can come in here and you can go to the Introducing Solidworks PDF. And this is going to load up a really fundamental book, and here it is. And this is going to give you some skills like just generally what the concepts are and what you can do in Solidworks. While this is a wonderful resource for getting started, it doesn't really provide you with some of the advanced skills that you may want, though this will probably provide you with information that you need. In addition, there's an entire textbook on Solidworks available in the help menu. So to get to that textbook, you're going to click Help, and then you're going to click Student Curriculum. Now, note that you can use the task manager over on the right here to do the same thing simply by clicking on the design library and then coming down to Solidworks content. We're then going to go to Solidworks curriculum, and then you're going to pick the year which your Solidworks is. So for example, our Solidworks here says Solidworks 2019. So we're going to go curriculum 2018 and 19. And then if we go in here, we have a bunch of different little projects. Each of these projects have a walkthrough to help you learn how to use them. However, the one we're looking for is the Fundamentals of 3D Design and Simulation. When you click on the Fundamentals of 3D Design and Simulation, a bunch of different options come up here down in the task pane. Most of these are just different languages of the book, and you can choose the language that works best for you. Now, however, the first one here is the modeling files. These modeling files allow you to go into the book and to repeat some of the examples they give without having to redraw all the fundamental parts. This download's important if you want to emulate some of the work that they've done. Now, to get the book, you simply hold the control button and click on the logo of the book. That's going to bring up a dialog box asking where you want to save your book. So I'm going to choose Downloads, and I'm going to hit Select Folder. Now at this time, it is beginning that download, which will take a few minutes, and I will resume the video once it is downloaded. The book is now downloaded, and it has downloaded as a PDF file. You can open this PDF file, and it's going to contain the book, The Fundamentals of 3D Design and Simulation, on Solidworks 2018-19. Now note there is a newer version of this book available, however it is not available directly through the program. Not that the book changes all that much year to year, so don't really worry how old the book is or what years it is, as long as it is relatively recent. This book will walk you through a number of exercises and activities and contains documentation of pretty much the entire program. The book itself is 405 pages and has pretty much any content you would ever want to know about Solidworks, including all the simulation and all of the drawing, sketching, building tools. What it does not have is the electrical tools and the electrical circuit design tools. Those are in a separate book, which is also available from the download list that we showed you before. It is called The Fundamentals of SolidWorks Electrical. Should you need this book, it works the same way. If you click on it, you can control-click on the book and download a PDF. Now, the last thing I want to talk about today is the tutorials. And there are two ways to get to the tutorials, but probably the easiest one is just go Help, Tutorials, SolidWorks Tutorials. And that's going to bring up a little side screen, which looks like this. And so what happens is now SolidWorks has reduced its size to be able to have the side screen next to it. And the side screen is going to be our help. So I'm going to scoot this over and make it look a little more like what it probably will look like on your screen, something like this. Okay, so when you pick a tutorial, you can go through the tutorials and they're going to tell you how much time it takes and they're going to tell you what they do. Now, there are additional tutorials and I'll show you in a second how to get to them. But the general idea with the tutorials is if you click on a tutorial, it's going to open up and tell you, okay, this is the tutorial, this is what the goals are. And it will get you and walk you through the steps. Now, an important thing to note here is that if you notice, all of the tools, all the logos have an orange little box around them. Now, if you click on that orange box, it's going to highlight where that tool is and it's going to flash it blue. So you can find that tool so it helps you work your way through the interface. As you get a little deeper into your SolidWorks education, you're probably going to know where most of these tools are and probably not need the instructions. But this tutorial will walk you step by step through the development of your first part. This is really nice. Now, one thing to realize though is that some of these tutorials are quite advanced. The tutorials range from your first intro to SolidWorks all the way through some of the most advanced routing and designs and modeling and CAM type things that are even beyond the scope of this course. Now, a couple other things to notice is there is a separate simulation tutorial section, which we are going to use this semester. So if you click on the simulation tutorials, that will bring you to a list of other tutorials, which are basically based on the simulation, finite element model, design study, all of this sort of thing. These are available for you to use, and whether or not we need them for a project you're building, it's useful to know that this resource is available to you. There are other tutorials available for the different toolboxes and different toolkits, and those can be obtained through the help menu. And things like SolidWorks CAM, you can go to tutorials. SolidWorks Electrical has tutorials. So don't be afraid to look through this help menu and look through the tutorial menu to find skills that you may want. Now finally, there are plenty of good YouTube videos and other things available to you simply by Googling them or going to YouTube. Now, these videos are often quite good and quite reliable, although there are some really bad ones out there. So use your judgment when you pick this type of video or this type of resource. I hope all of this helps you understand how to get help when you're using SolidWorks and helps you in future projects as you learn advanced design using the tools we have. Again, thank you very much and see you next video.